Alright, let's get into the truth of things right now. And I don't think this video is gonna be hard. I think this video can be like weird for some people, and I think this is a video that is definitely needed and necessary before I take the actions in which I'm gonna be doing with my hair, just because I've built 3 years of doing what I do on, you know, my hair kind of thing. And this is what the YouTube channel is. And it was mostly, you know, kind of just reflected on, or not reflected, but this channel is mostly, you know, dreadlocks. It is. And it's kind of weird. I'm like almost nervous to shoot this video. It's kind of funny. But I believe things come to an end. I believe good things come to an end. But I also believe that there's transitions that need to be taken place in order for things to come that need to, or for better things to come. I believe transitions are to come so that better things can come. And I definitely know that I am at the end of a transition, and this is kind of the final factor that comes into this transition. And I am happy about it, but I can definitely understand, well, I can see where you guys can understand, and I can understand you guys. It's kind of hard. It's not hard, but it's weird trying to say this. I don't know. I'm saying like the weird. This is like, I'm not trying to be as like kind of weird about this, but I want you guys to understand my stand or my ground as far as what I'm gonna do with my hair, and know that it is the end of a transition for me, or I would say that it is a transition for me, especially from what you guys see. It's definitely gonna be a transition for this channel. And before I even get into it, I'm gonna say what's at the top of my head is that I don't want to be the person that is bound to something just because I've been doing it this whole time. And I don't want to be the person that feels so limited to doing just what I just said, doing what they've been doing this whole time. I don't ever want to limit myself, and I truly believe that I have been limiting myself lately just because of what I've been doing this whole time. I got really comfortable with, you know, seeing success in what I'm doing with, and not really having in mind what's next or what I plan on doing next. So now I just kind of have next in mind, especially going into 2019. I have next in mind big time. And what is next? What is next for this channel? I've even answered what the title of this video kind of says, or what you guys are expecting me to say. But I will no longer be having dreadlocks, and of course it's going to be a process. I told you guys I'm never going to cut my hair. And I mean that very loosely. I mean down the line, like when I'm older, or when I come to the decision of cutting my hair, I still want longer hair. I still want to explore different hairstyles with longer hair. But I'm not cutting my hair, but I am getting rid of the dreadlocks. As you guys know, I am combing them out. I still am in the process right now of getting rid of all the Congos, and then eventually I will be getting rid of all of my dreadlocks by combing them out. And this is a process that I chose even a long time ago. I think even when I started my dreads, I knew that I was going to comb them out. But to tell you the truth, this video really isn't even about combing out my dreadlocks. It's more of being bound to what you've been doing this whole time. Don't ever be bound to what you've been doing this whole time just because you're comfortable, just because you have success in it. Even though there's success, always have the end game in mind. Have a transition in mind. Have a replacement in mind. And like a replacement or the end game, or, you know, the next move is never a plan B, but it's more of a, I would just say it's a better plan than the plan that you've been doing this whole time, just because you have so much more experience and you know how things work. So now you can apply it in a better area, or not even in a better area, but for a better subject or for better content. So like I said, I'll give you an example. I've been doing videos on dreadlocks this whole time. My phone's going off, y'all, hold on. I've been doing videos on these. Okay, I've been doing videos on my dreadlocks for so long that I just became accustomed to it, and I became so much in a routine of doing it. And to tell you the truth, there came a point to where I just got tired of it, and I really I wouldn't say I ran out of ideas or ran out of content, but I was forcing it a lot. And I had to like dig deeper into myself to try to figure out what to create and how to be creative as possible in the box that I'm in. And I'm not saying that I'm trying to break out of the box that I'm in. But I mean, in an aspect, I definitely am trying to break out of the box that I'm in. And I'm not trying to say that I'm jealous or envious of anybody else that has YouTube channels that does other things. But I feel like I have fulfilled what I've done with what I've been doing this whole time. I fulfilled that. And I'm ready for the next step and trying to figure out what needs to be done. I think you guys are definitely going to help out a whole bunch, especially like the real great fam, the people that are truly supporting me, not just here just for what they need, but here because they enjoy me. And like, it's kind of just like a communication or a relationship that way. Like, we enjoy each other. You enjoy my videos, the way I am, the way I act. It's like we're friends. It's like a friendship. It's not just you come to a video to get something from me. It's like you come to enjoy time with me. And that's kind of how relationships work. You enjoy the time with that person, and there's ups and there's downs, and there's dry times, there's super like great times, but you're going through it the whole time, and you basically love that person through it the whole time. So I would say it's the same thing on here. Is even though I'm going through a transition, I would encourage you guys to stick with me and see how this goes, and see where the direction goes and everything, because I wouldn't say that I'm driving blind, for put it in a way like that. I'm not driving blind into what's next, but I am doing something new, and something new is always kind of uncomfortable, but it's always good to put yourself in uncomfortable positions, to stretch yourself and bring yourself into a greater exposure of whatever may be, in the next step. Whether it be a greater exposure of crowd, a greater exposure of light, greater exposure of revelation. Greater exposure is always in the next step. You just always got to remember that. And I feel like I've just been on this step for so long, and to tell you the truth, like me being a Christian and being devoted to God, I knew God told me to transition out of this such a long time ago, and I just never was obedient to that, because first off, I wasn't even sure if I was hearing him, because I wasn't really mature, and I didn't know if I was hearing correctly. At the same time, I didn't know what was next. So I was kind of just sitting securely in what I was doing for so long. And I'm not going to lie at all. I enjoyed my dreadlocks every single step of the way. I still enjoy my dreadlocks. And I know after I get rid of them, I'm going to miss them. I already know that. But it is definitely time for transition. Just because it's just time, guys. I knew it was coming. I knew it's been here for such a long time. I can't remember the first time it crossed my mind that I was ready to transition out of it. I just didn't know what was next, so I had to wait until I had more clarity on what to do. Because believe it or not, like, I don't have a normal job. I don't go work for someone. I have to make the right strategic plan for my next move, and I have to plan out my days. I have to plan out my months. I have to plan out my year according to how much I want to make and how much money I want to give and all this stuff. Because believe it or not, it's like I make a lot of money, but I give even more, it seems like. Well, I can't really say that I give even more, because obviously I make more than I give, but I do give a lot. And I don't make the money I do just because, but I make the money that I do because I give. I'm an abundant giver. I give a lot of money. And I don't want to brag on the amount of money that I give or anything like that, but I'll tell you that it's not a little amount. It's a lot of amounts that I push out every month, and I give to my pastor, I give to the church, I give to people that are in need. And this is important, like principles. It's like give and it'll be given unto you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and runneth over, shall men give into your bosom. Which means, like, when you give, it basically creates a cycle for someone to give to you. And it's not always necessarily like that. It's not always somebody, but it's always something. It's like when you sow, you're gonna reap, and that's kind of just how it goes. That's a principle. It's just principle thing. But that's kind of off subject. But I'll tell you, it's like, I have to be sure that I'm hearing right from God. First off, I need to be following God, because those are the sons of God, or they that are led by the Spirit of God are the sons of God. So it's like I have to be led by the Spirit of God in order to live out my life, and I definitely have to be hearing correctly. I have to be in my word every single morning. I have to be prayed up. I just have to make sure that I'm on point with every single thing that I'm doing, so that I don't get off track and miss the plan of God for my life. Because I mean, every single one of us, we're going places, but if you're not in the will of God, if you're not doing what He's asked you to do or asked you to accomplish, or if you're not living out the promises that He's given us, and if all the promises are yes and amen, when it comes to your health, God redeemed us from sickness. He redeemed us from poverty and lack. So we're not to be sick. We're not to be broke. We're supposed to be rich. We're supposed to be healthy. We're supposed to be all these things. But if you don't know that you're supposed to be these things, and like if you don't know and you're ignorant to that, or say you do know and you're stupid. Stupid is basically knowing better, but don't do better. Ignorant is not knowing and not doing at the same time. So it's like, but being ignorant is one thing. So like you should know and figure these things out for yourself. Figure out what the promises from God are, and know what the will of God is for your life. If He wants you to be rich, but He wants you to be rich. He wants you to be healthy. He wants you to have a life of abundance. That means you have a full supply. All these things is super important. So out of all that, it's like I'm just trying to be, or I am being led by the Spirit of God, and I want to be so accurate that I don't miss it, and I want to be in the perfect will of God. I don't want to just be in the good, or or just get by or just pass by. I definitely want to be doing the best that I possibly can, and I want to hear correctly. I want to do correctly, and it's like this is what I've heard. And this is what I know to do. And to tell you the truth, it is just hair. Of course, God's not going to say, hey, cut your hair. But there's just little things that I want to focus on. And this is this is definitely the next move for me. And I'm excited. I really hope you guys are excited and you catch on. I want you to know that I want this to get across to you as be bold enough to change or stand out when it comes to the point to where nobody wants you to stand out or nobody wants you to get out of your box. And like, don't be afraid to move or break out of your box or break out of your shell or come out of your comfort zone or come out of what seems, like your supply or anything like that. Like for so long, it just seems like I could only do videos on dreadlocks just because that's what's working. But just because what's working is producing, fruit, or you're seeing growth from that, it's like there's other things that are going to work as well. But you got to explore that for yourself and honestly just be led and be hearing accurately. And I'm not saying you have to be led for everything. Obviously, use your own creative ability. God gave you the gift to be creative, and that's a whole other story. But I feel like I'm all over the place with this video. But to tell you the truth, like when it comes down to it, like, be bold. Don't be afraid of what people are going to say. Know that there are going to be a big group of people out there that have your back. Those are the true ones. For all the people that are going to stick with me throughout whatever my decision is, or not necessarily what my decision is, but throughout my next journey, I really love and respect you guys, and that means so much to me, because it truly means that you guys aren't just here just to get information from me, but you're here to basically have a relationship or communicate with me. Communicate is basically live with or have a relationship with kind of thing. And it's like all the people that truly support me, it's like I love you guys. I see you guys. I know you guys. There's so many people out there that I just recognize and I know that are just loyal to supporting me. And that means so much to me. And we wouldn't be here without it. We're at the end of 2018, going into 2019. And this is a huge transition, and it's going to be a great transition, and 2019 is going to be even better than 2018. I know that for a fact. So, yeah, with all that being said, love you guys to death. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this encourages you to be bold and to not be bound to what you've been doing this whole time, and to move forward and to do everything that God has called you to do. And if you haven't accepted God or accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior, then I would encourage you to do so. Find a church and get connected and get plugged in. And I don't know when this video is coming out, but hey, if it's not Christmas yet, make sure to, if you live in Phoenix, come to my church on Christmas. We're doing like this cool Christmas play the kids are putting on, and it's phenomenal. We've been doing all the practices. Make sure to come check it out. Little shameless plug right there. You can come meet me as well. That'd be awesome. Anyways, it is about to be Christmas, so Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everyone and their families. Love you guys to death. You guys are so awesome. It means so much to me. The next video, I believe, is going to be a comb out video, so it should be a video of some part of me combing out my hair. So that's what I'm projecting. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully you guys have an amazing day. Matter of fact, have a great day. Peace out and God bless.